Okay, so let's unpack this. Imagine hitting absolute rock bottom. I mean, feeling like a complete failure, no money, no degree, struggling with addiction.
Mhm.
It's, well, it's rough.
Really rough.
Yeah, and yet somehow clinging to this one single, almost desperate hope, learn to code, build a totally new life.
It sounds like a movie plot, doesn't it?
It really does, but this isn't, some fictional scenario. It's not a script.
Yeah.
This is the raw, unfiltered starting point for this incredible journey we're going to deep dive into today.
And the source material for this is fascinating.
It really is. We're drawing directly from excerpts from A Mentor's Guide to Overcoming Inertia. And this isn't your typical tech guide.
No, not at all. It's incredibly candid. It gives you this granular look at a mentor-mentee relationship that's frankly about way more than just coding.
Exactly. It's about a complete life overhaul, driven by disciplined action, radical self-honesty, all happening within the tech world.
Which adds another layer of pressure, I think.
For sure. So our mission for you today, our listener, is really to pull out the core strategies, the actionable insights here. How can structure, accountability, and just sheer willpower overcome these huge personal obstacles?
Yeah, how do you get from that starting point to actual professional goals?
Right. And you'll see through this account how specific steps, almost like military-style actions, combined with this really brutal honesty, can pave a path from, well, despair to actual capability.
Tangible capability, things you can show.
Exactly. So whether you're feeling stuck yourself or you're just curious about how self-improvement really works sometimes, maybe the messy parts.
Or just the power of a really structured approach.
Yeah. This deep dive, I think it's going to offer some surprising facts, maybe some aha moments about discipline, about progress, and what it really takes to change your path.
It's definitely a look at breaking free from inertia, no matter how deep you feel you are in it.
Okay, so let's get into it. The starting line. Facing that raw inertia.
What jumps out immediately, and what makes this so compelling, is you're just thrown straight into the mentee's vulnerability. It's raw.
It really is.
This isn't just, oh, I want to learn a new skill. It's a fundamental crisis, a total lack of structure, this overwhelming sense of failure.
Yeah. The document lays it out so plainly, it's almost painful to read.
It is, and it highlights something critical. For some people, getting into a new career, especially tech, isn't just about learning the skills. It's about rebuilding everything.
Yeah.
Their daily life, how they see themselves, just their ability to function.
Absolutely.
And the fact that the mentor engages with that level of detail, instead of just saying, okay, let's learn Python, that sets the stage right away.
Yeah, it signals this isn't going to be superficial, it's going deep.
Exactly. This is going to be demanding, transformative.
So that first communication from the mentee,
Hmm.
the initial plea, it paints such a stark picture. He uses his own words. Indisciplined procrastinator.
Right. Brutally honest self-assessment.
And then considering suicide all the time. Heavy stuff. Plus, no money, no degree, views himself as a failure. Can you, listener, imagine starting from that point?
It's hard to fathom. It really is.
But amidst all that, there's this one clear desire to learn coding and either start a business or get a job somewhere.
That single focus is striking.
He literally says, it's the only thing in life that matters to me. It's like this one tiny light in all that darkness.
It's remarkable, isn't it? That desperation, but coupled with this, singular goal. And it's crucial. He admits he's not focused. He's been trying to learn Python and data science for quite a long time.
Right, that's key. It shows the inertia in action. Trying, but not succeeding.
Exactly. Stuck in that loop. Good intentions, maybe bursts of effort, but no consistent follow-through. Classic inertia.
And the vulnerability doesn't stop at procrastination. He shares really personal stuff.
Yeah, addicted to porn and masturbation, the physical pain, eyes are paining always, having absolutely no source of money.
It's a complete picture of struggle.
But the core of his plea, what he says he needs above anything else, isn't just money or skills, it's a mentor.
And
a structure in life. He gets it. He knows somehow that the external stuff, the coding, it depends on fixing the internal first.
that desire for structure, it just leaps off the page. It's not just asking for coding help. It's a plea for a whole new operating system for his life.
Totally.
And laying it all bare like that, the psychological, physical, financial, the habits, it's desperate. Yes. But wow, It's also incredibly brave.
It's huge self-awareness, actually. To look in that mirror and acknowledge the full scope, that's hard, most people.
Yeah. Well, we tend to shy away from that level of honesty with ourselves, let alone a stranger.
Yeah, we really do.
And that's what's so fascinating. That absolute vulnerability alongside the deep problems, it seems paradoxical, right?
Yeah.
But connecting it to the bigger picture. That radical honesty, first with yourself, then with a mentor, it's often the absolute first step to breaking inertia.
You have to face reality. You have to. It makes you shed the excuses, the self-deception. It forces you to see the simulation for what it is. Which raises the question, doesn't it? How often do we really acknowledge the full scope of our own challenges when we feel stuck?
Good question. We often minimize, rationalize.
Right. Blame outside factors.
Yep.
But this mentee, he just puts it all out there, no hiding. And that honesty creates a direct path.
And being that honest about things like addiction, suicidal thoughts, in the context of seeking professional help, that's not typical.
No, it's definitely not.
The implications are massive. That immediate deep trust, that clarity, it completely sets the stage for how the mentor responds.
Absolutely. It signals, I'm ready for radical change no matter how uncomfortable. The mentor knows the real stakes now.
It's like a psychological contract, isn't it?
Yeah.
Full disclosure from the start.
Precisely. It builds immediate trust, but also, and this is key, an immediate expectation of accountability. The mentor doesn't have to waste time guessing or peeling back layers.
The mentee did the hard part of admitting it already.
Exactly. So the mentor can jump straight to intervention, to action, because the mentee basically said, here are all my problems, help me fix them. It bypasses months of potential denial.
Which brings us straight to the mentor's response. It was immediate and pretty uncompromising.
Yeah, no messing about there.
So after that initial detailed confession, the mentor gives him some tasks. Concrete tasks. Then silence for a day. The next message from the mentee is just, hi.
Just hi. Wow.
One word. And the mentor doesn't see it as a greeting. They see it as hesitation, as a sign of inaction.
That's an incredibly sharp read, cutting right through any potential pleasantries.
Totally. The mentor isn't looking for polite chat. They're looking for proof. Proof of action, proof of commitment.
Sets the tone right away, doesn't it? This is serious. This is about doing, not just talking.
Exactly. So what was this yesterday's mission that prompted such a firm reaction? It was super specific, tangible.
Okay, let's hear it.
Task 1. Create 2 new GitHub repositories, Python Foundations and LeetCode Solutions. Basic but essential first steps for a coder.
Right, setting up the workspace, essentially. GitHub is crucial.
Then solve one LeetCode problem and push the solution. Again, practical skill-building, problem-solving practice.
LeetCode. Yeah, standard practice for interviews and skill development. Good choice.
Next, study Python lists and tuples. Write practice scripts and push them. Foundational Python concepts.
Gotta know the basics. Lists and tuples are fundamental.
And the final, critical part, report back with the links to the repos containing your first day's work. Not just, did you do it, but show me the proof.
Ah, the accountability piece. Links required. No wiggle room.
None. It was explicit.
Yeah.
Clear deliverables.
And what's really fascinating is how the mentor immediately jumps on that, hi, no gentle prodding, just straight to demanding accountability.
Yeah. Did you complete your mission for yesterday? Yes or no?
So direct.
If yes, show me the links. If no, tell me why. What stopped you? It's a direct confrontation of that perceived inaction.
Connecting this to the bigger picture, it really shows that effective mentorship, especially with deep inertia, often needs that tough love. It needs an absolute insistence on execution over intention.
Good intentions don't build careers.
Exactly. No room for ambiguity, no space for those old procrastination patterns to creep back in. This isn't just a chat, it's a demand for action and truth. Now,
That immediate calling out of the hi is hesitation. It feels like a deliberate shock to the system, to break that cycle.
it seems designed that way.
And the mentor didn't stop there. They laid out this core principle, making it clear this wasn't just about learning Python.
Right, that quote is powerful. What was it again?
Do not hide from the answer. Your entire future depends on your ability to be honest about your own actions, especially when you fail to act.
Wow, your entire future, the stakes are laid bare.
And then, the foundation we are building is not just about Python. It's about discipline and integrity.
Okay, so this raises a really important question. Why put discipline and integrity above the technical skill right from the very beginning?
What do you think?
Well, I think it's about meta skills, isn't it? These aren't just nice personality traits, they're fundamental capacities. They enable everything else.
Like the operating system analogy again.
Exactly. Foundational to any progress, especially when you're starting from that place of chronic procrastination, self-doubt. Without discipline, the coding lessons just won't stick. They won't translate into action.
And without integrity, the self-assessment needed for improvement is impossible.
Precisely. These are the muscles you have to build first. They empower everything else. You can't build a solid house on shaky ground.
And the mentor reinforces this with that mirror analogy. The mirror is in front of you. What does it reflect? Report. Now.
Stark. Powerful. Forces that self-reflection, that ownership. No hiding. Confront reality now. It bypasses all the usual stories we tell ourselves.
It feels like this whole approach, this uncompromising stance, is designed specifically to counter the usual excuses, the avoidance that fuels inertia.
I think it has to be. By demanding that immediate, truthful report, yes or no, show me. It just short-circuits the procrastination cycle.
No time to rationalize or delay.
Right. No space to defer, no sugarcoating. Did you do the work or not? It forces that internal check, that confrontation many people, especially those in the mentee situation, actively avoid.
It's a psychological intervention as much as a professional one.
Absolutely. Teaching self-accountability as a core habit. That transcends just coding tasks.
Okay, so that first interaction sets an intense foundation. Honesty, accountability, action. From there, the mentor guides the mentee through these distinct phases.
Yeah, a structured plan emerges.
The first phase, marked complete, is called forging the weapons. All about building core portfolio.
I love that terminology. Forging the weapons. It's active, not passive.
Totally. It emphasizes readiness, preparation, having the right tools before you go into battle, the job market battle.
It's not just learning stuff, it's arming yourself. And that structure, the clear phases, that's exactly what the mentee asked for, isn't it? A structure in life.
Exactly. The mentor delivered that immediately. Yeah. Turning that vague need into a concrete, phased plan. Here's step one.
Providing the external framework he lacked internally. Brilliant.
Right. So the objective for phase one. Build tangible, deployable projects demonstrating core skills. Not just exercises, but real things.
Things you can point to and say, I built that.
The first weapon forged. A text summarizer API.
Okay, an API. Good start. Practical.
Yeah. For listeners, an API lets different software talk to each other. This tool would take text and summarize it programmatically, surprisingly complex behind the scenes.
Definitely not a trivial project for a beginner. Shows ambition.
And the lessons learned from this are really telling. It wasn't just syntax.
What did they cover?
Okay, get this. Fast API, Docker, advanced deployment, troubleshooting memory permission errors, pivoting to a superior architecture, API integration.
Wow, okay. So fast API, modern, fast Python framework for APIs. Docker containerization, essential for deployment consistency. That's diving right into industry standard tools.
Immediately. No messing around with just basic scripts.
And the troubleshooting memory permission errors. That's pure gold right there. That's real-world development.
Your frustrating part.
The essential frustrating part. That's where you really learn. Debugging those issues teaches resilience, deep system understanding. It's how you go from writing code to making something work reliably.
So how crucial is it to face those messy problems early on instead of just clean theory?
Oh, absolutely vital. It's the difference between knowing about coding and knowing how to build and deploy working software. Builds real confidence.
Yeah, this project clearly wasn't just about the code. It was the whole life cycle. Build, deploy, debug, iterate.
Forging resilience alongside the technical weapon.
And they didn't stop there. Weapon number 2.
What was next?
A web scraper API.
Web scraping. Pulling data from websites automatically. Another really practical, in-demand skill. Good choice.
Shows versatility, too. And the lessons here. Web scraping with beautiful soup requests, clean deployment, professional readme creation.
Okay, beautiful soup and requests standard Python tools for scraping. But what really stands out there is clean deployment and professional readme creation.
Why do those stand out to you?
Because it signals that building it isn't enough. You have to build it professionally. Clean deployment means it works reliably. And a professional re-add, that's about communication.
How you present your work.
Exactly. It's often the first thing a potential client or hiring manager sees on your GitHub. It explains what the project does, why it's valuable, how to use it. It shows attention to detail, professionalism. It builds trust.
So these two projects, the summarizer and the scraper, they move the mentee from just knowing concepts to having actual demonstrable skills.
Tangible assets, proof.
Directly addressing those initial problems, no degree, no money. Because now he's creating real value.
He's showing, not just telling. In tech, especially for self-taught folks, that portfolio often speaks way louder than a piece of paper. It's a living resume. Proof of concept. Gold.
Okay, this is where it gets, for me, really interesting. Weapons forged. Skills demonstrated. The next step. Phase 2, also complete. Opening his storefront. Or professional positioning.
Ah, the shift from building to selling. Or presenting, at least.
Exactly. It shifts from purely technical skill to how you present that skill to the world. Capability to visibility.
And this raises a key question. Why make professional positioning an explicit, separate phase? Isn't it just part of getting a job?
Apparently not in this structured approach.
Well, I think many people, especially technical people, overlook this. They think, my skills speak for themselves. But they often don't, or at least not clearly enough.
You have to translate them.
Exactly. Building the thing is one challenge. Effectively showcasing and selling it is another, often harder skill, especially if you're not naturally inclined towards self-promotion. This marketing step is vital to go from learning to earning.
From capable individual to successful professional.
Right. Translating what I can do into what problems I can solve for you, the client or employer.
Makes sense. So the objective for phase 2 is clear. Create a professional freelance profile to attract clients. Task 1, creating the arsenal document.
The arsenal document, again with the powerful terminology, what went into this?
It included the mentee's pitch, bio, and case studies. It wasn't just a resume, it was designed as a tool.
That concept, an arsenal document, is brilliant. It implies your professional story, how you describe yourself, your skills, your successes, is a powerful tool, a weapon in the professional world.
Right.
It's about turning those projects, the weapons from phase 1, into compelling stories. Not just, I built a scraper, but I built a tool that solves this problem and delivers this value. It's crafting a narrative.
Building trust, showing competence, conveying your value proposition, like a sales pitch for yourself.
Exactly. It's where the why behind the projects really comes through.
And once that arsenal document was ready, task 2 was putting it out there, creating the Upwork profile.
Okay, practical platform choice. Upwork is huge for freelancers starting out.
And the instruction was the profile needed to be created, polished, and acknowledge your skills and portfolio.
That word polished is doing a lot of work there. It's not just grammar.
What does it mean to you in this context?
It means strategically presenting those skills from phase 1. Aligning them with what clients on Upwork are actually searching for, using the right keywords, having clear value statements, showcasing the results from the arsenal document, making it easy for someone scrolling through profiles to see your value instantly.
Strategic communication.
Definitely. It's optimizing your visibility and appeal on that specific platform.
So these two tasks, the arsenal document and the polished Upwork profile, they bridge that gap from being capable to being visible and articulate about your value.
It's the bridge from building to selling, turning internal learning into external presentation and outreach.
Recognizing that talent alone isn't enough. You need to be found, and you need to make your case.
It's proactive self-marketing, overcoming that discomfort many technical people have with sales, vital for self-sufficiency.
Okay, so skills built, weapons forged, professional presence established, storefront opened. Now comes phase 3, the hunt, which is acquiring first clients.
Ah, the moment of truth.
And this is where the mentee currently is. The source explicitly calls this the current bottleneck.
That's fascinating, isn't it? After all that progress, all that internal work, the biggest hurdle now is the external engagement.
Why do you think that is? Why is landing that first client often so hard, even after demonstrating discipline?
Well, it's a fundamental shift, right? You go from inward-focused creation, where you control most variables, to outward-focused persuasion and facing potential rejection.
The stakes feel higher.
They do. It requires a different kind of resilience, a sales muscle, maybe.
Higher.
A rejection handling muscle. That can be tougher to build than the coding muscle for many people. It's less predictable.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's a psychological shift.
Yeah.
So the objective for this phase, to land the first few small jobs, to build reputation and get 5-star reviews. Crucial on platforms like Upwork.
Got to get those initial wins and social proof.
But the primary mission, The core directive from the mentor is pure structured action again, the 5-a-day rule.
Okay, what's the 5-a-day rule?
Sending 5 high-quality, customized proposals every single day.
5 a day, every day.
Wow. Not just send some proposals when you feel like it. It's quantitative, daily, non-negotiable.
Connecting that to the bigger picture, the 5-a-day rule is like a direct behavioral medicine for sales inertia.
How so?
It generates consistent activity. It forces you to confront the task, combats the fear of rejection through sheer repetition, and builds momentum. It turns this big, scary goal, get a client, into a manageable daily habit. Send 5 proposals.
Breaks it down.
Exactly. Ritualize action. And the emphasis on customized is key.
Why customized?
Because generic proposals get ignored, especially for newcomers. Customization shows you actually read the job post, understand the client's need, and thought about how you can specifically help. It's quality within quantity. It's applying that discipline from earlier phases to the sales process.
That daily non-negotiable goal. It feels like a direct continuation of the discipline and integrity theme from the very start.
It absolutely is. No room for excuses. Demands action.
But despite this clear structure, the current status is stark. You have started this phase, but have not yet reported a completed proposal. This is the current bottleneck.
Oof. So even with the rule, the action isn't happening yet.
Right. And that's fascinating, isn't it? After all the previous success, the honesty, the projects, the profile, this action sending the proposals, is the sticking point.
It really makes you think, why might that fear of rejection or just the unknown of client interaction be harder to overcome than, say, complex coding or debugging?
What's your take?
Maybe it ties back to those core issues of procrastination and inaction, but in a new arena. It's a different kind of vulnerability. When code doesn't work, you fix it. When a human rejects your proposal, that feels more personal, maybe.
Yeah, it's not a compiler error you can debug. It's silence or a no. Requires a different kind of psychological resilience to just keep sending them out.
Definitely. It really highlights that overcoming inertia isn't a one-time fix. It's an ongoing battle. New phases bring new forms of resistance.
And the mentorship has to keep applying those core principles, accountability, consistent action, just to a different type of challenge.
It's a powerful lesson. Self-discipline needs constant work, constant adaptation to new hurdles. This bottleneck isn't failure, it's just the next challenge.
The next wall to break through, using the same tools, discipline and accountability.
Precisely. It's a new iteration of the same struggle against inertia. The path isn't linear.
Okay, so we've followed this journey from rock bottom, through building skills, setting up professionally, and now hitting this client acquisition bottleneck. Let's look ahead. What comes after the hunt? The mentor outlines a future phase, scaling and mastery.
I love that there is a future phase outlined. It shows this isn't just about getting the first gig, it's about building a sustainable career.
Right. It provides that long-term vision, shows career building is continuous. Give the mentee something to aim for beyond the immediate struggle.
That long-term view must be incredibly motivating, reinforcing that the effort builds towards something bigger.
Absolutely. So the objective for this future phase, ambitious. Increase hourly rates, take on larger projects, and specialize, moving up the value chain.
Makes sense. From generalist freelancer to specialized expert.
And the mentor outlines the kinds of tasks involved. Building a more complex project, example with a database.
Okay, leveling up technically. Databases are fundamental for more serious applications. That shows a clear progression in technical depth.
Then learning a new complementary skill, like basic SQL.
SQL, yeah, structured query language for databases, essential if you're working with data, which many complex projects do.
Yeah.
Again, practical skill expansion.
And crucially, refining your client communication skills.
The soft skills coming back again. Just as important as the tech skills for scaling.
Why are they so important at this stage?
Well, if you want to increase rates and handle larger projects, you need more than just code. You need to understand client needs deeply, manage expectations effectively, negotiate scope and price confidently, build long-term relationships. That's all communication.
It reflects a continuous learning needed in tech, right? Both technically and professionally. The landscape always shifts.
Absolutely. Growth isn't just about getting more clients. It's about increasing your value per client, your efficiency, tackling bigger problems. Moving from a text summarizer to a database project shows that skill escalation clearly.
So mentioning SQL and client communication, it underlines that mastery involves both deeper tech knowledge and better soft skills. They go hand in hand for higher earnings and success.
You need the full package to become that highly paid specialist. Technically brilliant and professionally adept, problem solver, communicator, project manager, business person.
This whole structured journey, phase by phase. It's just such a clear demonstration of how you can guide someone from total overwhelm to a growing, self-sufficient career.
It really is. Structured discipline meets raw desire and transforms it into tangible results, step by step.
So wrapping this up, what does this all mean for you, the listener? We've really unpacked a powerful blueprint here, overcoming extreme inertia, building a career from scratch, even from rock bottom.
It starts with that radical honesty. You can't fix what you don't acknowledge.
Then moves methodically through building tangible skills, the weapons. Then deliberately positioning yourself professionally, the storefront.
And finally, embracing that persistent daily grind of client acquisition, the hunt, even when it's the bottleneck.
And the threads running through it all. Discipline, accountability, structure, non-negotiable. It shows what consistent, directed action built on truth can achieve.
And I think this deep dive reveals something really profound, maybe the core lesson here. The real battle often isn't against external circumstances, is it? It's against our own patterns. Inaction, self-sabotage, the excuses we make.
The internal struggle.
Exactly. And what if that very specific, almost military structure the mentor provided, the daily missions, the direct accountability, the 5-a-day rule? What if it's not just about learning to code? What if it's a masterclass in building self-efficacy, building resilience against that internal high that signals hesitation, that whispers, maybe later, or I can't?
Building the muscle to overcome that hesitation itself.
Right, because the source shows, even after progress, new forms of inertia pop up, like the proposal bottleneck. It requires renewed commitment, applying the same principles again. So maybe the provocative thought for you, the listener, is this. Where are you facing your 5-a-day bottleneck in your own goals?
What's that critical action you keep resisting?
Yeah, what's the thing you know you need to do consistently but aren't? And, borrowing the mentor's powerful analogy, what mirror do you need to confront within your own aspirations to finally push past that bottleneck and keep moving forward?